throw it out. Most I know you storing stuff up there. In there. That's in the prophecy. Go ahead.
Then they shall be known who are my chosen.
Who are my chosen?
And they shall be tried as gold in a fire. Hear, O ye, my beloved, said the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Try this gold in the fire. Same way you do a sacrifice. Okay? When you sacrifice something to the Heavenly Father, you put it in the fire and it's an offering. Okay? That's an offering that you give to the Heavenly Father. Same way the elect is. They're gonna be tried in the fire that's coming through all this pestilence, this martial law, this famine, this thermonuclear destruction. They're gonna be tried in the fire, and they're gonna be a sacrifice presented to the Heavenly Father and His Son. Go ahead.
It says the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
See?
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide.
See?
And the guide of them that keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahweh.
That's plain. That's plain. So the only ones that fear the Heavenly Father is the elect, and those are the only ones gonna do that. Those are the only ones. 2/3 gonna be wiped out. They out of there. 66.6%, they're gonna be out of there. From our people, man. You know, and it's only the elect. It's only the elect gonna be amongst the remnant. The remnant is gonna be amongst, which is the elect, is gonna be amongst Gentiles and lion among sheep, man. A remnant is talking about the elect. That ain't talking about the whole nation of Israel. Only the elect gonna get down like that. Rest of the nation of Israel gonna bow down to slaughter, man. Go back to Deuteronomy for me. How much you got on this? Time.
Oh, we got a cheat. Deuteronomy 11. Deuteronomy 11, verse 10. For the land whither thou goest in to possess it is not the land of Egypt, for whence ye came out, where thy sowest thy seed and waters with thy foot, as a garden of herbs.
Oh yeah, and I got a correction to make. One time when I said on her, when the Cali brothers, GMS LA brothers came down here, I said it was over 600,000 that came up out of Egypt. Those 600,000 plus was men under 25. They fathers and mothers wasn't counted. So Salakia, you know, they say, when I Googled it and looked it up, they say it was like over 2 million that actually came up out of Egypt. So I just wanted to, you know, correct it on that because I see it.
It says, verse 11, but the land whither ye go to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drink of water and the rain of heaven. 12, a land which Yahweh thy power careth for. The eyes of Yahweh thy power are also upon it, from the beginning of the year even unto the end of the year.
Yeah, that's Jerusalem. You know, and just for that edification about that 600,000, that's in Numbers 1 and 46. All right, that's for edification.
Verse 13, and it shall come to pass, if you shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love the Lord your power, and to serve him with all your heart, with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in this due season.
So all the prosperity that you're looking for in America, we're going to get it in the kingdom and succeed and have all these other nations in slavery. You see? Go ahead.
It says, the first rain of the latter rain, thou mayest gather thy corn and thy wine and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, that mayest eat and be full. Take heed to yourselves, that your heart be not deceived.
What?
Salaki, take heed to yourself, that your heart be not deceived.
Your heart be not deceived. Why? Because in that prosperity, look, you start getting away from believing in Yahweh Shai and having that fear. Just like they ain't got fear of the Heavenly Father and His Son on this side. So that's why He was born in Israel. That's what happens when you get in prosperity. Go ahead.
It says, take heed to yourselves, that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them.
See? That's what our people doing. They into all these other philosophies. All these other philosophies. And they tell you in the protocol of the learned elders of Zion, they tell you in the protocol of the learned elders of Zion that they brought all that Darwinism and all that madness forth to confuse you and to destroy you. They tell you that in the learned elders of Zion, man. In the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, man. And they tell you that they were going to change the history. Anything that make them look bad, they were going to change it. Them so-called Jews and rats.
Verse 17, and then the Lord's wrath be kindled against you, and he shut up the heaven that there be no rain, and that the land yield no fruit.
In other words, no prosperity. You see? In other words, no prosperity. So it's the Heavenly Father that give you prosperity, not the so-called white man and these other heathen nations and the wicked-ass idols that you trust in and worship with the so-called white man. It's the Heavenly Father's Son that give you prosperity. Go ahead.
Lest ye perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord giveth you.
From off the good land the Lord giveth you. So that's why we was kicked out of that land as a nation of people. Because we were going off. And we over here serving the punishment and doing the same fucking shit that we got kicked out the land for. Give me Judah. Yeah.
Okay, let me read this right quick.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 6 and 15, for the Lord thy power is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy power be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth.
Off the face of the land, man. You see? So that's a righteous thing for the Heavenly Father to be jealous over you and you serving other gods and he created you. Yeah, he gonna be jealous. You see? He told you what you can and can't do. And you start doing contrary to what he say, yeah, he gonna be jealous. That's a righteous act. Who you think you is? You didn't create him, he created you. This is 5 and you can start at 8, 18, but really you can start wherever you want to. The point is at 20.
Okay.
The point is at 20. And hold
Okay, this is Judith 5 and 19.
Yeah, this was an Israelite woman who destroyed the Holofernes, which was a military general up under Nebuchadnezzar, which was a king over the Assyrians. But when you look it up, I think that was the father of Nebuchadnezzar. When you look it up, remember we was talking about them one time? Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar. That was the beginning of the Babylonians coming into power up under right before Nebuchadnezzar came into power. And then it tells you in the Bible dictionary in the Harper's Bible dictionary, when you look up Judith in there, it'll tell you Nebuchadnezzar was a king of Assyria, and he was sending Holofernes over there to get Israel because they want to go to help him go to war against the Medes, which are Japhetic people. Okay, go ahead.
This is Judah 5 and 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore.
Hey, nah, where you at?
18.
Start up at 11.
Start at 11.
Yeah. Because this 8, what's his name? 8 core?
Yeah, this is
Go over there to verse 10. Yeah, what's his name? 8 core. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's 8 core. That's 8 core telling Holofernes about Israel. Okay, telling Holofernes about Israel. Okay.
This is verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dwelt subtly. It says, laborers in brick and made them slaves.
See, same way they did us in Egypt, ancient Egypt, and same way they done us over here. We built up everything as a nation of people, the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
They that cried unto the power, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues, so the Egyptians cast them out of their sight.
Go ahead.
It says, and God dried the Red Sea before them, and brought them to Mount Sinai and Kadesh burning. It says, and cast before all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all the Elspon and passed over Jordan. They possessed all the hill of the country, and they cast forth before them the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Centramites, and all the Girgashites, and they dwelt in the country many days.
Yeah, because that was our land. It was promised to us from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob by the Heavenly Father, who's going to get that land to us, so we destroyed them Canaanites. The nation of Canaanites, which are some of them African nations, which you ignorantly call today, them African nations, which they are Hamites, a nation of Hamites.
And whilst thy sin not before the Most High that prospered, because the Most High that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them,
it said the Most High that hated iniquity is with them. Who? Israel. Go ahead. He telling Holofernes, the general that was sent. Okay.
They were destroyed in many battles, very sore.
They were destroyed in many battles.
Many battles.
Shit. Many battles. Fuck, I can't.
Many battles, very sore.
Many battles, very sore. So when the Heavenly Father was with us, we destroyed a lot of nations. Go ahead.
And were led captive into the land that was not theirs.
Oh, Salaki. What that say again?
It says,
Bring it up again.
It says, word 18 and 17.
Yeah, what you just got to.
It says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore.
Okay, when we departed as a nation of people, we were destroyed in many battles. So if we was going off, we were destroyed as a nation of people. So that's what you see happening to us as a nation of people. We get destroyed. We can't win shit. Go ahead.
It says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into the land that was not theirs.
How we get over here?
And the temple of their power was cast into the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
Cities were taken by the enemy. Who over there right now? Them so-called Jews. Them Amalekites. You see? The head tribe of Edom. Go ahead.
It says, but now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered.
Yeah, that's in the kingdom. That's going to happen when we get in the kingdom. But at that time, they're talking about their condition, what they were doing at that time. Go ahead.
And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country. For it was desolate. Verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if any be in error in this people, they sin against their power. Let us consider this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So if any error was not in the nation of Israel, these other nations will have a problem. You see, they will have a problem. Go ahead.
21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord not pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Before all the world. Jump to Jude 10. And Achor was an Israelite.
Jude 14 and 10. It says, and when Achor had seen all the God of Israel had done, he believed in the Most High greatly, and circumcised the flesh of his foreskin, and was joined unto the house of Israel to this day.
So Achor was not Ammonite. He was an Israelite. Okay? Pursuing Deuteronomy 23, an Ammonite or a Moabite cannot come into the congregation of the nation of Israel. It's over. So Achor was an Israelite. So with that, death to America.
Death to America.
Death to 2/3.
Death to 2/3.
Shalom.
Shalom.